Okay, so yesterday we looked at this article from The Guardian. U.S. postal worker recants voter fraud claims after Republicans call for inquiry. So essentially, this is like the series of events that happened. And I brought this up yesterday, and someone was like, Project Veritas. They made a video where they debunked that this was, that he recanted. I'm like, okay. Project Veritas, if you aren't familiar with it, is an organization that for the past decade or so has made massive amounts of money by going around and like filming political stings. And on these political stings, typically they film some footage of like an undercover operation. I say that in air quotes. And then they will go and deceptively edit the footage, manipulate the audio to project a narrative. And now you'll notice when you look into any of these past events where Project Veritas has been involved with a political sting, ultimately every single story that they have broken turns out to be either staged or manipulated or out of context, and it's generally just something that the organization is able to, in a sense, sell to Republicans and Republican politicians to justify Republican positions. Now, one of the most recent of these Project Veritas operations was against Ilhan Omar in Minnesota, and Project Veritas found a man. And I guess the allegations were that Ilhan Omar's people on the ground were going around and harvesting ballots illegally, and there was like this huge operation to get more ballots for Ilhan Omar, and they had like an inside whistleblower, and all of this. It was a very elaborate claim. Then it came out that the center pillar, their whistleblower, had been paid $3,000 to appear on camera. And also, the organization that he supposedly represented was fabricated for the filming of the Project Veritas video. So, on top of that, the other person who was used as evidence in this was paid money to do things on camera as well that looked suspicious. So, all of these things are things that Project Veritas does, and the underlying story is often either a non-story or something that is completely fabricated. Now, we come to this USPS story. Now, the difference between this story and the previous stories, I took an opportunity last night to look through it. The difference between this is that at the center of this story is a USPS worker named from Erie, Pennsylvania, who essentially overheard a superior saying a few lines. And from those few lines, he extrapolated that his superiors were conducting a voter fraud operation. Essentially, what he heard led him to believe that his superiors were backdating ballots that were postmarked after Election Day and backdating them to before Election Day. So he heard this, and being concerned, of course he took it to Project Veritas. Now, Project Veritas, despite their record, is widely trusted by Republicans for some reason. So this right-leaning individual went to Project Veritas, and exactly, Mike D. Like every part of the Ilhan Omar story was like completely false, made up, and overblown. This story, however, at its core, does have someone who believes that they heard something. So they the dirt hooligan. Do I also need to talk about Project Veritas's Planned Parenthood sting? Do I need to talk about that one too? Do I need to like go through every single one of their operations and explain them in detail so that you like understand how bullshit they are? Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, good. Okay. So This guy went to Project Veritas with what he had heard, and then he signed an affidavit, basically claiming that he had heard his superiors conspiring to commit voter fraud. Now, here's the thing you need to understand about affidavits, people. I guess I'm not really showing anything on the screen right now, so I can switch to my camera. You can lie in an affidavit. You can have false information in an affidavit. What you can't do is lie on the stand. Okay? When you go into the courtroom, you have to be able to prove your claims. So, when he filed this with Project Veritas, and Project Veritas then spread it across the entire country via social media and sent it to Republican politicians, and Republican politicians then called for an investigation into his claim, the investigators with the United States Postal Service came to investigate, because that's their job. Their job is to investigate claims like this. So, then something strange happened. We have stories like this coming out. You have the U.S. Postal Service saying that essentially he recanted. This postal worker, during the investigation, during the interrogation, recanted his claim that his superiors were conspiring to commit fraud. However, immediately after the USPS came out with this report, he went back to Project Veritas, and Project Veritas has put out additional footage saying that he recants his recant. Now, one additional fun fact from this is that probably illegally, this U.S. postal worker recorded his entire interrogation. So we actually have audio from the entire U.S. Postal Service interrogation of this man. Now, it's a couple hours long, and I have no real desire to sit down here with all of you and listen to a 2-hour-long plus investigation of this man. However, very helpfully, other people have done that, and so we have found a section of this interrogation that is incredibly helpful at helping us see what the deal is with this entire investigation. Now, I have to remind you, this is audio provided from the from the postal worker and from Project Veritas. Okay? So let's take a look and a listen at what they're saying. Let's see.
Narrowest Truth, right?
All right.
Down to the narrowest truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, please don't let me put words in your mouth. The reality is, you heard words and you assumed what they were saying.
My mind probably added the rest. I understand that.
No.
I understand how hearsay and...
My mind probably added the rest. Okay. I also need to clarify for you guys, hearsay and assumptions are not the case, are not the basis, they're not enough basis for, like, a claim. You need to have evidence to back up a claim. Evidence, in some cases, hearsay can be very valuable. In most cases, you need evidence to back up hearsay. In this case, Richard Hopkins does not have evidence. Instead, what Richard Hopkins has is the experience of overhearing his supervisor and someone else talking together, and he overheard a couple phrases and words, and he put them together to assume that his boss was basically conspiring to flip an election, and this has now blown up to a nationwide concern. But let's keep listening, okay?
So you have to know it seems so basic, Alex, but you have to know how important it is. That's why.
And that's why I was really mad when I heard that people were giving Rob death threats, because that's fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked that I put out into the world. And hello, Pedro Garcia, creator. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's pretty fucked that you made the claim that your boss is committing wide-scale voter fraud that's affecting the entire country, and people are sending him death threats. Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, all right.
It also doesn't paint you in a bad light. You understand that, right? What it does is it shaves this down to the narrowest of truths, which is the strongest of truths. And what I'm hearing you say, and I'm waiting for you to challenge me, okay? What I'm hearing you say is you heard these words. The words you heard was the fourth postmark. Most were the third, one was the fourth.
Yes.
Right?
Those were the specific words that I remember real well.
And then when you pieced those words together, you assumed what they were saying was the fourth, the mail on the fourth should have been postmarked for the third.
Yes.
That's what you assumed it meant.
That's what I'm figuring my mind probably gone to. Because even I've been questioning it at this point.
Okay. Project Veritas is an organization, Pedro, that basically makes its living by grifting Republicans with falsely edited videos and false claims about, like, essentially just major talking points that back up Republican positions. And they've been doing it for, like, the last decade. Basically, every single expose they've ever done is false. And, yeah, it's all a bunch of bullshit. I don't know if they're directly related to QAnon stuff, but they're in the same vein. Oh gosh, excuse me. In the same vein of bullshit. So in this bit of audio we just heard, yeah, Richard Hopkins is saying, yeah, these are the phrases I heard. This is the assumption I made. And also, I'm not entirely sure that I was correct in that assumption, which runs counter to his affidavit, wherein he is basically claiming that this is 100% what he believes. Now, guys, investigators go through these stories, and what they do is they ask questions, they poke at different ways to view a topic, and what they're trying to do is find consistency. So if someone doesn't actually believe their story, typically what will happen is they will slip up, there will be inconsistencies, and investigators will be able to get at, and this is what he's saying when he's saying a narrower truth, get at a smaller and smaller and more specific version of events. So that's what they're doing here. They are asking him questions to narrow down the range of possibilities. And what they've found, and what he has admitted to here in the audio, is that he made assumptions about what he heard, and it is not necessarily the case that his boss was perpetrating voter fraud. Let's keep listening.
Because it's been so long, and it's gotten me so freaked out.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not trying to say that I don't want any. I don't.
You know why it's okay to be freaked out? Because this has gotten out of everybody's hands.
I understand.
It's gotten so.
And all it is hearsay, and that's the worst part.
It's not even hearsay is the thing. It's an assumption, and that's the important thing.
Right. Now this is a good distinction, because the hearsay is what he actually heard. The phrases that were quoted. what he has been doing is passing off his assumption as hearsay, which is different.
And if we characterize it as, this is what I thought those words meant, then there's no way that huge stones can be lobbed at you, because that's very different than saying they said this.
Yes.
Right? Because we've gone from painting a probable to being 1,000% in your face accurate. Right? You see where I'm going with that? And that's all I'm doing with that conversation, is because we know it's hard to hear there. I'm not saying you didn't. I believe you did. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you can hear there because your ears acclimate, but it's a lot of dead air there, which means if you would have said, I heard this word for word, and you would have given me a paragraph, I would have doubted you.
Yes.
Because I don't think that's possible.
It's not feasible.
When I said something in this tone to you, you didn't hear what I said.
Yes.
Right? So, I believe we've gone from what's improbable to accuracy. And I believe the accuracy of the situation is, you heard something that concerned you, and if
and added with all the stuff that was being
what
brought.
you assumed it means, it is problematic.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, added with how they were treating these ballots. I was picking up these ballots with what I had heard, and the assumption based on putting two and two together.
I'm gonna tell you why. One of the things I'm trying to protect you against. Okay. There is money involved in this, and you know that because of this
GoFundMe. I can't even touch it.
That's okay, but your name is associated with it.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm not scaring you, but I am scaring you here. Okay.
Now, this is a common tactic. You know, I'm your friend. I'm on your side. I'm trying to protect you. This is a common investigative tactic. However, he's also correct. Having a huge monetary sum attached to him staying with this story is wait, in the first picture is the guy stuttering? The guy stuttering? Yes. It's the guy being interrogated. Is the first picture? Yeah.
If we are not 1,000% accurate with our honesty, and it can be argued that money was gained by, I'm going to say, assumptions.
Yep. Yep. This is 100% correct. If you gained money by, basically claiming fraud when there is no fraud, you can be held liable for this. He's making this very clear to the USPS worker.
They're going to say deceptions. That is, you could be held accountable for.
Understood.
And I am not going to allow that.
Okay.
That is why we're going to the exact words and the exact accuracy, because I'm not going to let you be put in that situation. Okay? Most people, and this is, let me tell you how you're impressing me on this, because most people would see dollar signs and be like, I'll say whatever the hell you want me to say.
Yes.
Right? And what you just proved to me, that's not you. And I have to tell you, I respect you immensely. So thank you for being upfront with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I feel like the truth needed to get out. That's all.
Yeah, I wanted this investigation to happen. The thing is, I think that this guy, Richard Hopkins, actually does believe what he heard, what he thought he heard, right? He heard certain words, he made a mental leap, and with that mental leap, he became very concerned, and he took it to Project Veritas, and Project Veritas saw money signs. So, bear in mind what we just heard. Now let's take a look.
They were grilling.
This is from yesterday. So, yeah, this is after the audio was taken. And, yeah, this is...
The hell out of me.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm kind of pissed. I feel like I just got played.
Now notice how the story here, and yes, I am taking a lot of these talking points from Vosh, but these are all really good talking points, okay? Notice how the Project Veritas story has gone from, we have, we definitely have voter fraud. My boss was perpetrating voter fraud. Hello, Pengi-chan. I hope you're having a great day. We've gone from my boss was definitely committing voter fraud on a massive scale at the USPS in Erie, Pennsylvania, to I believed that this was an illegal backdating of ballots. You know, it's a kind of a subtle difference, but the issue is if it had escalated up to a courtroom, Project Veritas and this postal worker, Richard Hopkins, both of them could have been held liable on the stand as under oath. This is the issue, right? So now that that threat is gone, because as far as the USPS is concerned, their postal worker recanted, so it's done. Now they can say whatever the fuck they want. And whatever the fuck they want is basically continuing the narrative while slightly altering the wording of these things. Because, you know, the narrative's still there, but maybe we can protect our butts legally, too, by changing the wording slightly.
And so let me make good on that promise right away. Okay, this storm is getting crazy, right? And it's out of a lot of people's control. And so the reason they called me in is to try to harness that storm, try to reel it back in before it gets really crazy. Okay,
I understand.
Because we have senators involved, we have the Department of Justice involved, we have
Trump's lawyers team's gotten a hold of me.
I'm not. Well, I am actually. I am trying to twist you a little bit because in that, believe it or not, your mind will kick in.
Okay.
We like to control our mind, and when we do that, we can convince ourselves of a memory. But when you're under a little bit of stress, which is what I'm doing to you purposely, your mind can be a little bit clearer. And we're going to do a different exercise too to make your mind a little bit clearer. Okay?
Good to go.
So, but this is all on purpose. Okay?
Roger.
I'm not scaring you, but I am scaring you here.
Notice how parts of that audio was clipped together from different parts of the interrogation. Notice how we even just listened to part of the interrogation. It's 2 hours long. That was probably, at the very least, 2 different clips from the interrogation. Might have been more. This is a man who loves his country and has proved it through his actions.
I'll tell y'all, I'd rather be out back in Afghanistan getting shot at by Afghans, honest to God, than, you know, having to be in this kind of position. I was in Afghanistan and Iraq. 2 tours while I was in the Marines. I was in the Marines for 5 years. And after I got out of the Marines, I missed the uniform, so I went back into the Army Guard. I'd rather be serving my country and doing something that I feel like is historical, but at the same time, it's not my name that's going to be there.
So the Marine Corps birthday, November 10th, is today. That's
Yeah.
the date of the letter where they suspended you without pay.
Yes.
And tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of veterans watching this who served overseas. And there's a lot of people who are calling you a hero. If you could just sort of speak to the issue of,
Now, I do need to just point out, this is like pure propaganda. Like, absolutely propagandistic. Like, they are using his basic story while kind of altering it slightly to make it a little bit less iffy in the legal arena. And then they are posting an interview with him on Veterans Day to basically call him a hero while also advocating for the Protect Richard line, which I'm going to assume I'm good. You know what? Let instead of me assuming, let's go to Twitter. Let's type in. Okay. Whew. I get real scared about the. I need to be better about going to Twitter. Okay, guys. Some iffy stuff could pop up. Okay. I need to be better about that. Okay. Hashtag. Save Richard. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this isn't what I was expecting, but it's kind of amazing. This is kind of amazing. Wait, did this not even... Wait, all of the top tweets are about a dog? Wait. We'll go to latest. These are all from September. Is no one even using this hashtag? What? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, gosh. This is kind of incredible. I guess no one's using this hashtag. Okay, guys, I assumed... Oh, it's Protect Richard. Oh, okay. Protect. Okay, this makes... Thank you for catching it. All right. Protect Richard. Top... Okay, this makes way more sense. Okay, this makes way more sense. Wait, PA ballot counter. Are you actually a ballot counter in PA? You have a full glass of vodka? All right. Thank you for this brave soul. Put him in a bubble until he can testify. Here's the thing, though. They don't want him to testify. You have a loaded gun in your closet? Oh, man. I don't need this shit anymore. Oh, come on, PA ballot counter. I'm sorry. My body is shutting down. Oh, no. Please take care of yourself, okay? All right. I was gonna say maybe you'd like to come on and talk about counting ballots, but it sounds like maybe not. That's okay, though. It's okay. Yes, please do drink a little bit of water there, friend. Okay. This is a good meme picture, though. This is a good meme picture. I do like this meme picture, okay? Just gonna throw it over here. Oh, jeez. Human turd burglar James O'Keefe gets wrecked again. But to his credit, he's doubling down because the scent of the grift is too much. True! Oh, okay. The Protect Richard GoFundMe is gone. Excellent. Oh, you're not a ballot counter? It's okay. It's okay to be dealing with a lot, friend, and I hope you just take care of yourself, okay? Things will get better. Things will get better. Yeah. And I hope, by the way, I hope you're not just drinking straight vodka. I hope you at least have like a lemon or something. Otherwise, that's going to be really unpleasant. Okay, this isn't as interesting as I thought it would be to check out this. Okay, gotcha. They moved to a different website. I would, but Urist McProl, if you know which website, please send it to a mod. I would love to. I'd love to see this alternate fundraising platform. Mixers have too much sugar. True, I say, with my energy drink empty in front of me, as if I am similarly conscious as I drink more Diet Coke. Okay.
Calling you a hero. If you could just sort of speak to, never asked for any of this, and you're a veteran, and a lot of people are calling you a hero for blowing the whistle on like, something very serious, and you're being retaliated by your own government. Could you just speak to these issues on Veterans Day, November the 11th?
Wait, how is he being retaliated against by his own government? He wanted an investigation. What are they going to investigate? Of course they're going to talk to the guy who made the claim. What the fuck is he talking about? God damn it.
Well, I mean, just as I'm just doing my duty. I honestly made an oath when I joined the Marine Corps from the get-go, and Are you starting product placements? No. I'm not super keen on product placements. I would rather just get really big and have you guys, get that sweet ad revenue or however I make money on this godforsaken platform. Wait. Okay, protect Richard. Let's find James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe. There we go. Wait, where is the alternate fundraiser? Where is the alternate fundraiser? I'm not seeing it. Alright, whatever. I'm not invested in this anymore. Most military guys say it's a blank check. We never give up that check.
I just want to point out that if we go back to like the clip that we played from the raw audio of the interrogation, remember when the interrogator said, you're not doing, there's a lot of money attached with doing this. But you don't strike me as the kind of person who would do that. And he says no. Immediately, there's another video of him on Project Veritas, talking about how they twisted his arm to make him lie. This is absolutely insane. A few years ago, when I dipped my toe into the right-wing rabbit hole, it took me about 5 seconds to see O'Keefe was a right-wing grifter on a Sargon stream. Absolutely, human-on dancer. Also, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before, so I hope you're having a good time and enjoying it. And PA Ballot Counter, thank you very much. I'm happy you're here tonight. As opposed to Richard. Well, thank you, I think. I hope I have better hair than Richard. I hope my boobs are better, too. Oh, thank you, McProl. McProl found the fundraising platform. Fuck. He's raised $221,000. My name is Richard Hopkins, and I'm a former U.S. Marine from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm willing to testify under oath that my superiors ordered workers, including myself, to deliver ballots received after November 3rd in order to backdate, so they would still be accepted in the 2020 presidential election. I made the difficult decision to risk everything in my life to come forward with this information of extreme wrongdoing by my supervisors. I am uncertain of what my future holds for me, but I felt the public had a right to know what's really going on. Your donations are going to help me now that I've been put on unpaid leave from my job in Erie and have been ostracized by most of my coworkers. I hope to get a new start in a place I feel safe and continue supporting my children while I find out what comes next. My employer has already been threatening my employment and trying to silence me. I am scared for myself, my family, and those closest to me. Thank you, James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, for letting me tell my story when others wouldn't. Please support me as I go forward into this battle. I'm glad I'm coming up in people's recommendations. And I do try and just be blunt with my titles these days. I feel like the time for nuanced stream titles has passed. You know? Let's watch Chappelle's SNL monologue from last week. I'll watch it after I finish doing this story. So we have all of that. I need to remind you again.
Truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, please don't let me put words in your mouth.
This is the interrogation.
You heard words and you assumed what they were saying.
My mind probably added the rest. I
The
understand
hard-hitting
that.
interrogation.
No, I understand how hearsay and listening.
You have to know, it seems so basic, Al, but you have to know how important it is. That's why
I was really mad when I heard that people were giving Rob death threats, because that's fucked.
Yeah. It also doesn't paint you in a bad light. You understand that, right? What it does is it shaves this down to the narrowest of truths, which is the strongest of truths. And what I'm hearing you say, and I'm waiting for you to challenge me, okay? What I'm hearing you say is, you heard these words. The words you heard was the fourth postmark. Most were the third, one was the fourth.
Yes.
Right?
Those were the specific words that I remember real well.
And then when you pieced those words together, you assumed what they were saying was the fourth, the mail on the fourth should have been postmarked for the third.
Yes.
That's what you assumed it meant.
That's what I'm figuring my mind probably gone to. Because even I've been questioning it at this point, because it's been so long and it's got me so freaked out.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not trying to say that I don't want any. I don't.
You know why it's okay to be freaked out? Because this has gotten out of everybody's hands.
I understand.